Talk to me, y'all. Okay, let's get to it. Instagram be fucking me up. I feel like they be. Oh, he just said, "Still me." You hear me? Y'all gotta excuse my voice. Y'all know my voice fucked up anyway. My mama ain't teaching me how to talk. Okay, cool. Let's get back to this shit, man. I'm just seeing what y'all doing, you know? What to do with a 620 credit score to make some money. It ain't really about having a 620. You got to look at your overall profile because, you know, having a 620 score is all right, but, you know, if your profile is decent enough, it's certain lenders you can partner with to start buying assets so you can make a spread. For sure. But I will focus on getting a 700 score so I can get a better interest rate. You know, the iPhone is not a method, it's a strategy. When you know the algorithm or the data points to get approved for a phone company, you can take advantage of it. He said can't do nothing with that 620. You know, you can do phones with 620. You trying to make 10,000? Any advice? I will focus on trying to make 2,000 or 3,000 a week instead of making 10,000. Because if you make 2,000 or 3,000 a week, you can save up 10,000 for sure. Oh yeah, your fruit stand bringing in 10K a month, you definitely can get it funded, for sure. Ooh, tax returns with foods lit. Hey, bro, I'm trying to stay off that. You know what I can do with that. You seen my last video. Stop playing my last music video. You know what I can do with a fool with a tax return. But I don't want to do that right now. But I mean the phones. I mean, it's a way you can get phones and not have to owe the phone companies. That's the strategy I use. And when I teach people how to do the phone strategy, they usually make anywhere between 10K to 50K if they go hard. But that ain't nothing I can talk about on here because somebody's going to screenshot this live and it will be on YouTube and the phone strategy will be gone. So that's why I don't give too much sauce on here because my sauce gets screenshot or screen recorded and then get put on YouTube. And YouTube gets 10 to 20,000 views, and you know, that'll fuck up everything. So, that's why. He said he got 20-year age AUs for under 1K. That's pretty well if you ask me. Oh, okay. For sure, that auto primary video was on point. I was trying to teach people how to get their first primary so when you go to the car lot, you don't have to get approved for no $15,000 Toyota. You want to be at least get a 30K Benz or a BMW or a Charger. You don't want that Toyota. It's easy to get charge off removes. It's just about being consistent because the credit bureaus, they kind of like switched up a lot of things. So it's not the same as it was a few years ago. I appreciate that, you know. That car title shit, you can play with that, but it's just you got to be careful because when you're playing with titles, those are government documents, so you know what can happen. Yes, you can get an auto loan off your credit. You can get anything off your credit if you understand how to communicate with the people that owe you and, you know, get the right response from them and get them to, you know. That's in my course, I ain't gonna lie to you, man, because it's too much to explain on a live video. I can't lie to you. The way I do it, at least. Like I said, the way I do it ain't the only way to do it. Other ways to do it, but my way works for me, for sure. Yeah, I heard of Credit Suite, yeah. They be charging you for the outdated ways to build business credit. He bought a software that it's kind of outdated for real. So I don't use Credit Suite. I bought that program just to make sure I wasn't missing anything. But it wasn't worth me buying. The CPN game is not burnt. It's just depending on how you use a CPN. It's if you're going to make some money or not. Yeah, I mean, if you pay me for my consultant, I add you to my private Facebook group where I'll be answering questions from people that got questions on how to build wealth, because it's not just about sauce. We talk about building wealth. If y'all know my background, I come from being poor as hell to actually owning things. And I have a strategy that I use to actually buy things with the bank's money. And of course, I got some sauce too because I'm smart as hell. So I can take advantage of certain things. Net 50s? What about them? And my phone charging. I had to put my phone on the charger. I gotta roll up. Shit. How much for the credit source? Hey, thank you, my guy. Jiggo the rapper, EDD is over. Like, hey, please tell him that. Post that one more time. EDD is over. That's why they responded. Nothing about EDD. EDD was the easiest sauce. It made people feel like they was real scammers when they aren't. They just was able to punch a name in and get some money. That's so easy. It is hard to be a scammer. EDD made people think it was easy. It is hard because you got to be patient. You got to be smart. You got to be, savvy, But you want to talk about grants, Grants is sweet as hell, too. There's ways you can jug grants, too, but it ain't easy to do stuff like that. And if I talk about it, people will get confused and not understand what I'm talking about. Because I've been doing this shit for a long time, man. Since I was 12 years old. I was getting people report cards so they had to get a whooping at home. I was helping people fix their report cards. I helped somebody become a All-State All-American because I got him on a basketball team he wasn't supposed to be on by switching his birth certificate, and he was averaging like 40 points a game. And he in the NBA right now too, but I ain't about to expose him. I'm not going to expose him, but by him averaging 40 points a game young, they gave him confidence, and that's my guy. Hey, that PPP stuff it's kind of over, my guy. Oh, weed business is easy. Scaling the weed business is so easy. That is easy, depending on where you at. It all depends if you're talking about getting a grant or scamming a grant. It's so many comments, so much stuff, so it's hard for me to just pick a specific topic and go on it because there's going to be new comments talking about new stuff. Now, if y'all was on the same stuff, we could talk about a topic and we could go. You got to excuse me. I stayed up at 6 o'clock in the morning last night. I ain't smoked in about 6 hours. I'm just tired as hell, but I can't sleep because I be studying. The world crazy right now. So much shit going on. Yeah, for sure finesse the nigga into getting the NBA. Because he wouldn't have got that scholarship without me. Hey, man, you make me think about that. Should I charge him for actually helping him average 40 points a game? He was not supposed to be playing for that team because he was too old to play for that team. But when you switch a birth certificate and they approve it and you averaging 40 points a game, he ain't getting no big-ass contract, but he a millionaire off this shit for sure. So, you right, finesse the nigga in the NBA. I might drop a song about that, shit. What are they talking about? I don't even know what they're talking about. I only do the things that work for me. You fuck with, yes, I fuck with the car rentals, for sure. Man, that strategy is easy to actually play legit, and you can scam the car rentals, man. And when I mean scamming them, you need to get courtside. Yeah, for sure. You can get cars with an Age Corp. It's different ways. And with an Age Corp, let me tell y'all something, man. Man, with an Age Corp, you got to understand, it's multiple finance companies that will give you lines of credit for different industries. So you talk about a lot of credit unions better than Navy. I'll be reading y'all comments and throwing myself off, but it's a lot of finance companies that you can deal with an Age Corp. And we only like an Age Corp, for example. I was on the phone with Ryder today, and I was asking them, how do I get a no PG finance truck? They're like, first thing, like, man, you got to be in business over 10 years. So I'm like, okay, Age Corp. Because I'm not about to wait another 10 years. Y'all see me, I have a whole gray fro. Shit, I can't wait 10 years to get no truck from Ryder. And I'm going to make 5,000-6,000 a week off that truck for sure. Get a couple college kids to drive it. That's what I'm doing right now. Your homie got me right with Postal and Mo's, man. For sure. For sure. If somebody got you right, I love it. I want to see people eat. That's all I want to see. I hope y'all all eat, man. I don't be care about making no money from you. I want to see y'all eat. Hey, shout out to Chirac. I'm fucking with y'all too. What you on as far as crypto? All right, let me tell you about crypto. Crypto, you got to be careful with crypto because if you're not educated, you can lose a lot of money. For real. I have educated people that I like to pay them. Like, let me tell you, let me give y'all a little trick. If you're trying to win at something, what's wrong with finding a winner that's winning at it and paying them? Every winner got a weakness. Every winner got something that he liked that he might just not have time to go do. So if you take out your time and spend your money on getting the right, let's just say a basketball ticket for him, he might show you how to win at something. And with crypto, you got to be careful because that's an insider circle. So if you're not inside a certain inside a certain circle, you're not going to profit as much as the rest of the outside. Y'all ever heard of the 80-20 rule where 20% of what you do get you 80% of your results? I feel like in this world, 20% of the people get all the money in every industry. And the other 80% run around here scrambling broke. So if you can find those 20% people in any industry and get on their team, you can learn a lot. For example, you can start off with the janitor at $1 billion company, getting cool with them, paying them a few dollars so you can get inside the building so you'll know who is the boss, who is making moves, who is running shit. You gotta know shit. It ain't all about the money you got. You can know the plug and have another friend with the money. And you put it together, so who's the real genius? The nigga with the money or you? Think about that. People in this world value money too much. You can't value something that another institution can print. Like, we can't be valuing things that the banks can print, because if we put all our faith and value in the money while they sitting back printing it, what? We gonna look crazy because they're gonna be, hey, darling, print another $1 billion. And while we sitting up robbing, shooting, doing whatever we want, scamming to get it while they printing it. So that made me think. Don't get me wrong, I was a scammer, but why not learn how to print money like the banks? Think about that. And sometimes the right credit score will print you some goddamn money. Think about that. So why not control companies that you can actually use to report certain trade lines so you can get the banks to start printing you money off a credit report? You know, it's things like that that I be focusing on trying to accomplish. I want to be able to print money, and when you print money and you give it to people that can make money, what do you have to do? You print it, they make it. You sit back and live a good life. That's what you should focus on. Like, banks are some of the richest people in the world. It ain't about being the richest people in the world, but if they living so good and controlling a lot of people, why not mimic their system? That's why I dropped that video about hiring a trader. Everybody want to spend thousands of hours learning how to trade. But sometimes you can find somebody that's passionate about that same thing. Well, you might be passionate about basketball. So if you fix your credit and you get 100,000 in credit, and you find somebody that's passionate about something that you're not into, but he's passionate about it, and you got the credit and the money to put in that industry, he can make you money while you use your credit score to fund the operation. And business credit, it won't affect your credit, but you have to do your due diligence and make sure that person is an actual winner. See, I'm gonna give you another tip. Anybody that wear a whole bunch of jewelry or a whole bunch of shit to try to prove they rich, not really rich. Like, when you gotta prove you rich, you're not rich. If somebody gotta say, hey, I'm a real nigga, I'm a real nigga, I'm a real nigga, you're not a real nigga. If somebody gotta wear a whole bunch of jewelry or show you their crib or show you this, show you that, how are they really rich? Like, I ain't trying to prove nothing to y'all. Like, if you understand the shit I know, money is no issue for me. But I don't try to go buy things to prove to people that I'm rich. It's all about being free, because you could be a basketball player with a big NBA contract. If that basketball owner tells them not to they could tell them not to go on vacation with their family, and they have to listen. So you want all that money to not be free? I'd rather make my own money and be free instead of being a high-paid worker. Shout out to Jason Williams, because they told him not to ride a bike in his NBA contract. And he rode a bike and fucked himself up, and it changed his life forever. So, them not people I wanted to pin my kids' future on. So, that's why I focus on learning how to serve people and get a profit. Because if you're serving people and they happy you serving them and you get a profit while you're doing it, who's mad? Only reason why we scam, because at the end of the day, you talk about slavery. That was a scam. So, my ancestors was a part of that scam. So if those people came up off a scam called slavery, why would I not scam and make me a few dollars so I could even out the odds? So think about that. Yeah, let's run a triangle office with you, CPA, whatever that means. But you definitely need a CPA for sure. A CPA is a certified public accountant. When you get too much money, you need a CPA to tell you things you can actually write off in your industry, and things that you can actually buy to make you more money. CPAs be knowing a lot of people that make money. How long does it take to get a mega corp up and running? What's up, cousin? Yeah, slavery is a scam. You got to think about Walmart bragging about their Fortune 500 company. But think about the people that actually was working for free. It ain't about color, black, white. I don't care about none of that. I care about having free workers. Think about if you got 10 trucks and you can beat them with whips and make them drive you loads until you get rich. You'll be rich too. So slavery was a scam. So I'm not about to get deep into all that for sure. Somebody gonna come over and say, when 1952, this happened. I ain't about to get into all that. I'm just telling you what it is. For sure. We can get money back from the clubs you connect with too, for sure. Yeah, mobile deposit for the banks is real, and you can smack that too, but you got to know how to do things like that. I can't talk about things like that because, it's 136 people watching. It could be, somebody could be police on there and be like, hey, he's doing fraudulent things. So when you're live on Instagram and a lot of people watching, you got to be careful about what you talk about, especially me, because I make a lot of money now. They don't want me making this money. Trust me. They don't want me making all the money I ain't make, for sure. Because I do the same shit they do. I just do it on a smaller level. Yeah, I would jump into renting trucks, but I'll come with a certain strategy to do it so I can win. Come on, let's network around the globe. That's what we doing right here. That's why I'm live. I'm talking to people all around the world. See, I know so many winners. Omicron shit gonna be good. I don't know what that is. I don't even know what that means, my guy. But I know so many winners, and I study so many winners, and I paid to meet winners. Before I buy a 10K chain, I'll spend 10K on a winner to learn what he knows, to figure out, do I want to get in that industry? It's things like that. What's my take on NFTs? The right NFTs can make you some money, but you got to understand what an NFT is and how to take advantage of that. I wouldn't just jump into buying NFTs. That's a whole nother topic, so I can't really get into that. How I get around winners. That's a good question. It depends how big the winner is. For example, a winner can own a studio. Shout out to the dude that's living in Japan. He tapping in from Japan. We worldwide. But a winner can, for example, Kendrick Lamar, let's talk about him. He started off by going to the right studio, because Top Dog Entertainment, the dudes who owned that company, was making beats for game and industry people, and Kendrick Lamar was there spending, $50 an hour to rap, and they see how good he was a rapper, and he was around winners, and you see his situation now being around winners. See? I personally LLC and get business loans a good move. Yeah, sir. Getting an LLC and getting a business loan is a great move, especially if you're going to invest. Bro, do not try to drive where you putting yourself in a box. Ain't nothing wrong with, if you talk about driving a truck, there's nothing wrong with driving a truck to get a high income so you can start buying assets. It depends on what situation you in. Yeah, sports betting is a big scam. I don't do that. Yeah, you definitely want to, okay, we are talking about trucks. You definitely want to own a truck, but hey, you right, Jiggo the rapper, but sometimes people don't be in position to come in and own a truck because you don't have the right type of money and you get a truck, one mistake can take you out. And sometimes it's good to work for a boss and learn their strategy, save your money to get in position to become a boss. Because if you get a truck and you got all these bills, you got all this shit going on at home, and one mistake happened, that could take you out, and you're going to be starting back over working for somebody anyway. So you want to make sure you're in position to become a boss. Don't jump straight into becoming a boss. It sounds good. I want to be rich. I want to be a boss. But you want to make sure you're in position because it's all about longevity. Yeah, you can get your own with anything, with any type of vehicle that you own. And I love owning vehicles because even if you do own a truck that you drive for, you're becoming a high net individual. And to become a high net individual, it takes, working. And then you start using your high net worth mixed with credit to start buying assets to make you more money. And that's how you build wealth. For sure. Because trust me, I've been getting money a long time. So I understand what it takes to get to certain levels. You definitely want to take your time. Yeah, I heard about the truck driver getting a life sentence, but I didn't really look into it. But if he got a life sentence, it's something he done wrong. For sure, for sure. He probably was playing with them logs and probably tested positive for something. I'm not for sure. Okay, I'm glad she asked that. What should I do to double my money, 7,000? First of all, you never want to double your money. You want to turn 7,000 into making 500 a week, because if you take that 7,000, put it into an investment that's making you 500 a week, that's going to give you a 7,000 back, and you still get to keep the investment. Think about 500 a week. That's $2K a month. In 3 months, you got $6K. You got your original principal back, and you still get the reward of holding the assets. So that 7K can be a down payment on a truck that actually can give you 4K a week if you partner with the right driver. Or that 7K can go on the Airbnb property. Or you can leverage it in credit acquire cars to run out on tour. There's a lot of ways you can play with that 7K. Depending on your position you in, you can double it and cash flow it. But I would rather cash flow it first. And as I cash flow it, I will take those profits and put it into something else and create compound interest. What about online shops? Y'all got my brain working. All right, this is what I study all night to make this shit work. But I'm about to get on my computer and get on some shit anyway. But Airbnb slowing down depending on how you do it. I got different ways, baby, for you to make 500 a week. What are you passionate about? Because anything you do, you just might not start making money right away. So the beginning will be you spending money on learning how to make money in that industry. And Airbnb could be slowing down. I don't need Airbnb because I understand people going to always travel, how to hire my own Facebook person and run ads and get my own offers. Airbnb was just a tool to start getting customers because they already had customers. But when you get in a position like me,